Hi everyone, Dr. Mark Petering here with Chapter 4 of Music Theory Part Writing Shorts. Today we're going to be talking about the supertonic chord, or the 2 chord, and the dominant 7th chord, the 5/7 chord. Let's jump right in here. I've got a nice 1 chord scored with the root doubled. And then I've got our bass line for a 2-6-5-1 progression. Okay? Now the 2-6 chord, you can double the root, the 3rd or the 5th when it's in the major mode. When it's in the minor mode, however, you can only double the 3rd, which is the bass. So I'm going to do this progression by doubling the 3rd. Okay? And so we'll go like this. And when you double the 3rd in a 2-6 chord, do not keep the common tone with the 5 chord. Okay, so you have that, and then you resolve it in the traditional manner, obviously. Leading tone goes up, keep that common tone. Okay, nice smooth voice leading in the top 3 voices. So the 5/7 in the key of C is going to be a G-B-D-F chord. Okay, so you have the G major triad, and then the chordal 7th is added. Okay, and again, if I were to score this in a 4-part texture, I would do something like this. Okay, at least a perfect 5th between bass and tenor. Obviously, there's other ways to do it. You could have G, F, and then you could have a D here and a B here if you wanted to. Okay, but I like to at least have that perfect 5th between bass and tenor. Okay? And again, you can pause the video if you want to copy things down as we go along. So let's look at how you would resolve these chords. So here's 5/7-1 in C. Okay, obviously our bass line is locked in for us, G to C in the bass. Now the rule here is that chordal 7ths always resolve down. Okay, so here's my chordal 7th in a G-B-D-F chord. F is my chordal 7th. That has to resolve down. And this is an outer leading tone. It must resolve up. And then I am going to triple the root. Could you go to an E here? Yes. Okay. But the tripling of the root is more desirable than doubling the 3rd. Doubling the 3rd is not wrong. It's just not as desirable. Okay. So I'm going to be tripling my root as we go forward here. Now, if you notice, this is what we call a complete 5/7 chord in the sense that it has all of the members of the chord as a G, B, D, and F. Everything is present here. And you're going to notice that actually there's no G here. And you know what? That's okay. We just call that an incomplete chord, and that is totally fine. In fact, that's one of the ways that we get, we get a chord without any leaps in the top 3 voices, right? This chordal 7th has to go down. And then if I leapt to a G here or leapt up to a G here, well, that's a lot of problems already. You have parallel 5ths this way, and also you would have parallel 5ths even if you go in opposite directions from a perfect 5th to another perfect 5th. That's still parallel 5ths. Okay, but also you have a leap, and we don't like leaps. Okay, we prefer stepwise motion solutions. Okay, so this is why this solution is the best solution. Okay? So again, I'll just pause there. You can take a look at that. Chordal 7th went down. That's a rule. And leading tone, outer leading tone particularly, that must go up. And again, I like to triple my root rather than doubling the 3rd. Okay, let's try these in inversion now. And these are kind of fun once you get into the inversions because there's no leaping at all in any voice. There's no leaping at all in any voice, and let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to do B, F, and D, and G. Okay? And my bass, again, is locked in, B to C. The chordal seventh is here now. That has to go down, excuse me. And then here I have a common tone G. And then again, I prefer to double. If I had a choice between doubling my root and my third, I'd rather double my root. Going to the third would not be wrong, but again, I prefer that. So look at this. There's no leaping at all. There's absolutely no leaping at all in this example. You can pause that, hit the space bar. Good. I'm going to continue now with a 5-4-3 chord. And that just means we have the D here. And I'll just rewrite this whole thing here. We have the D here. The chordal fifth now is in the bass. And that's going to resolve to a C, root position. And so I might want to score this like this. Again, a nice big open space is preferable. So here we have our D and our B. And I'm going to put my G here and an F way up here. Why not? And here's my interleading tone. I'm going to go here. I'm going to keep that and go like that. Now these are both complete chords. I should note that the last one was also complete. This is complete. You have the root, the third, and the fifth. But again, note, there is no leaping at all. Now this could also, the 5-4-3 can go to a 1-6. So I'm going to do that. And that's all you'd have to do. Just make that change. Keep that common tone here. The chordal seventh still goes down. Leading tone goes up. That's a nice stepwise solution. Now when you get to the 5-4-2 chord, the chordal seventh is in the bass now. And by rule that has to go down. So this can only go to a 1-6. Okay, so I'm going to score this like this. And I'll put a G here and a D here. And again, no leaping. Look at all that smooth part writing.